gas up the Jeep, it's good to be free. Load up the pans and fishing poles. The highway is long, the wheels turning round. Pack up the cook stove and the bowls. Arlo and I, we hit the open road. Arlo and I are on the road.
Hey everybody, well Arlo and I are out and about again today, and this is one of my favorite seasons of the year. It's wild strawberry season, and I'm in a spot where I like to come that has millions of wild strawberries all over the place. As a matter of fact, all over this hill here is, well, are wild strawberries. And just look at this little patch right here. These guys here, all over here are wild strawberries. And then on up the hill here are all wild strawberries. Oh man. Look at that. Look at those beauties. If you've never had wild strawberries, they don't taste like regular strawberries that you buy in the store. They're much more intense, much more of a strawberry flavor. And if you never experienced those, you need to find some. I grew up in the Midwest, and as a kid, that was one of my favorite things to do with my grandmother, is go out and pick wild strawberries. And well, this is just brings me right back, and they're so good. But they're so tiny, and it's a very tedious process to pick all of these wild strawberries here. But I might take a crack at it and see how many I can get. It sure would be nice to make a nice little, even if I made one jar of wild strawberry jam, that would be worth it. But let me see what I can collect here. I'll start getting these little guys. There they are. Look at that. Like I said, it's a very tedious process of picking all these little tiny wild strawberries, but you know what? It is well worth it. Look at that. Just in a couple seconds, I got a few, but I'm actually going to spend a little bit of time here, and I'm going to see if I can collect a bunch of these here and see if I can make at least one small little jar of strawberry jam, wild strawberry jam. All right, well, I don't think Arlo is going to mind, but I'm going to use his little collapsible water cup here and collect as many of these strawberries as I can. Easiest way to collect them is to get here down on the ground, get close and do it. I just have to be careful because there's so many that I have to be careful not to crush them. I don't want to kneel on them. So I'm just going to go slowly through this hillside here and see how many I can collect. And if I can get a cup of these, it might be worth it here. Drop them here. So just in a couple of minutes, just kind of wandering around from the hill here. I started to get a nice little amount of these wild strawberries, so I'm just going to keep at it here and see what I can get. I think I might be able to get enough to make maybe 1 jar of wild strawberry jam. That'd be fun, and I know it'd be delicious. And just for old time's sake, I'll make it for my grandmother. Berries all over here. You know, when I was a kid, I used to spend a lot of time with my grandparents, and I would go out and do a lot of berry picking with my grandmother, and I really owe my love of berry picking and probably foraging in general to my grandparents, and especially my grandmother, who really taught me what to look for and how to find wild berries and all these wild strawberries. And I think she, I think her favorite were wild strawberries. And look at that. There's one right there. Look at that one. We used to go out and just pick tons of them, and she taught me how to make jams and jellies. And to this day, every time that I'm out picking berries or I'm making jam or jelly, I think of my grandmother. Now, she was 100% Swedish, and I really owe her for my love of dill. Man, dill has to be my absolute favorite herb, and she used to use it all the time. Especially, I remember her, or both of us, going up to the garden and picking new potatoes, and she would make creamed new potatoes, put lots of dill in there. Oh man, that brings me back, just like berry picking here. So yeah, I think I'm going to try to collect enough of them and make a jar of jam for my grandmother. What a beautiful day. And like I said, if you've never had wild strawberries, they have this super intensity, this super intense strawberry flavor that you can't find in store-bought strawberries. They're just like little, tiny little flavor bombs, almost like candy. Now, the ones that I used to pick in the Midwest were a little bigger than these and a little sweeter, but these are very similar. All right, well, we're back in the kitchen, and I have our big collection of strawberries that we collected today. I picked and picked and picked, and these strawberries are so tiny. There's like 1 million of them in there, but I only got about 1/4 cup of the wild strawberries. But they smell delicious. I washed them off, so they look a little soft there, but those are good, nice and fresh. You know, I'm gonna make 1 jar of strawberry jam, and I thought, well, you know, I have you know, little jars here, but I thought in order to beef this up a little bit, I have some of these beautiful elderflowers here that I was using, and then I collected the other day, that I was using to make an elderberry cordial or elderberry syrup. If you'd like to see that video, just scroll back a little bit, and you will see how I made the elderflower cordial. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these little blossoms off of, look at those beautiful elderflowers there. And I don't know if you've ever smelled elderflowers before. They're very, very fragrant and very perfumey smelling. But what I need to do is I need to pull all these little blossoms off of the stems here, because I don't really want stems in our jam. And I'm going to really combine the elderflowers and the strawberries and I'm going to just add sugar and a squeeze of lemon, and that's it. It's going to be a very simple jam recipe, but I think it's going to be delicious, even though we are only going to make one jar. So the first thing I need to do is start peeling all of these little flowers off of the stems here. And once I get that done, I will get the rest of our ingredients and stuff together. So I have my oven preheating to about 250 degrees. I'm going to put my jar in the oven so that I can sterilize it, and then I'm also going to put my my lid and my ring in some boiling water so I can sterilize that as well. And then we're going to make our jam. We're going to put it in a little bit of a little water bath and boil that for about 15 or 20 minutes, and then we'll have our one jar of jam. So like I said, the first thing I need to do is just start removing all these little flowers from these stems, and then we'll get started on the jam. I think I have enough elderflowers here to easily kind of double the amount of strawberries that I have. So I'll have like a quarter cup of strawberries and a quarter of a cup of these elderflowers. There you go. That looks really nice. Oh, there's one more. I'll get rid of those little guys there. There's a couple more little stems. They're hard to see, but they're not too bad. Those are get really soft anyway. Okay, our elderberry flowers and our wild strawberries. All right, so for our one jar of jam, we have our strawberries, there. Have our elderberries, our elderflowers, and then a sugar, okay, and then a squeeze of lemon. So it's well, like maybe like a third of a lemon or maybe half a lemon. Just slowly bring this up to a temperature, and then we'll have our jam. So really, I'm just going to smush these berries and the blossoms around a little bit, and we just need to bring this up to about 220 degrees. And at that point, we can ladle it into our jars, or our jar, and then we'll be ready. I have the one jar in the oven, and I can show you that. There it is, my one lonely jar all by itself. And on the stove, I have my lonely lid and ring, and bring this off the heat a little bit here. I need to turn this down. But like I said, we just need to bring this to about 220 degrees. At that point, our jelly will set, and everything else is ready. Our jar has been in the oven, so that's to temperature, and our lid is ready to go. So once this is ready, we will put it in the jar. Now it looks like there's like a scum on top of it, but really there isn't. That's the little elder blossoms there. Okay, our jam is ready to put in the jar, and we'll get everything together here. Alright, our jam is ready. I have my little jar. I actually even switched to even smaller jar right here for our jam. So our jam is ready, so I'm going to put that into our jar. There is our one tiny, I can't pick it up yet, our tiny little jar of jam, which I'm going to put in a water bath for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then we'll be ready. So just waiting for my water to finish boiling here. There's my timer for my 1 jar of jelly in the water bath. Alright, there it is, my one little jar of wild strawberry and elderflower jam. I can't wait to try that one. My wife's going to love this one. So we're just going to let that cool, and that's it. I think my grandmother would approve of that one. She didn't make it with elderflowers, but I think that she would approve of that one. But it was fun going out and foraging for the wild strawberries. I'm going to see if I can find some more. But out here, it takes a long time to get a little bit, so they're so tiny. But I think it's going to be well worth it when we try this jam. Anyway, if you like this video, please like, please subscribe. That always helps us a lot, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, bye-bye.